Hey, all, I just wanted to cover some quick Zoom tips. I know Zoom is being used all over the place these days. Probably should have bought some stock in that company a little while back. I know teachers are trying to get FaceTime with their students beyond FaceTime, I guess I would tell you. Zoom is a great platform. It does provide a free piece to it. And we've at Bridgton Academy, we've used it a bunch over the last week just for management team meetings. I know as we get going next week with actually teaching our students, this could be a great tool for us to use. But there are some triggers and trips I want to show you before, so I'll kind of give you the quick down and dirty about how Zoom works and how you can use it as a teacher. And hopefully we'll stop you from jumping into some of the pitfalls that we've run into in the last week. So first and foremost, I would tell you how the heck do you actually get Zoom. I'm on a Google screen, and I will just go to Zoom and just hit search, and you'll see the download. And this brings you to the Zoom download screen. I also would tell you that if you got an invite from somebody, there's a link within that invite in the email that basically does the same exact thing. So you would go ahead and click download, and it would the program itself would download to your desktop. This is PC, Mac, this is everything. If you're using an iPad or a phone, I will actually do a phone example a little bit later on. But if you're using either one of those, clearly you would go to the App Store and look up Zoom. They do have apps for both the iPad and the phone, and they work pretty slick as well. So you go ahead and download. And then you would have this screen. Before I even start, though, let me move the Zoom over. We'll minimize that, actually. I've got a quick presentation here just on some bits of information in terms of when you get started using Zoom. This is a movie. You're actually going to see me stop this every now and then. Couldn't get Keynote to actually play in a Camtasia screen. Third world technology problems. So you got some key points I want to make before you even start using Zoom. We have messed around with multiple different ways of doing things. In a management team, we had our first go was pretty rugged when everybody was using the computer audio. And then we started having people call in. So you'd actually have two feeds where your video feed would be one feed and then your call in would be the other. And that tended to get a little confusing as well. Muting a phone is a little bit more complex than just looking at your screen and muting your screen. I think, this is Dave LePage's opinion, but I think the best way to go is to have everybody use their computer audio as much as possible, and then just make sure you start with it muted. So I'll show you exactly how to do that within the program. Tip number 2, clearly find a quiet space. I say that and I'm chuckling because most of the time we did interviews this past week with Zoom, and most of the time I was sitting in my kitchen facing a wall, and there was so much going on around me. It was quite funny that but if you're watching the Zoom, nobody would ever know. But if you do have a quiet space, certainly definitely use that. I would also highly recommend using headphones with a microphone. I've got a Bluetooth set that I use that allows me to get up and walk around whenever I need to and still hear the meeting that's going on. Bluetooth is one of those things, if you're comfortable with, most of your computers have Bluetooth on them already, and I know typically Bluetooth you're connecting to your phone or something, a smaller device, but do understand Bluetooth headphones will work with desktops or laptops as well. I would encourage headphones with a microphone. You don't have to have that view of the big old headset with a microphone in front of you. I've got a pair of headphones that most headphones these days will actually have a microphone right in them. And I just kind of wanted to give you a tip. What the images you're seeing, you might sit there and go, I have a set of headphones, nice in-ear buds or something like that. How do I know if they got a microphone on them or not? You can look at the plug, and I gave you 2 pictures on the left side. You see a picture. Notice the 2 white rings around the metal post. That will signify stereo sound only. If you've got some that have a microphone already in them, you will see the one to the right on the base, which has the 3 rings. They're black rings on the right side. The 3rd ring is your microphone feed. Generally, headphones with microphones on them, you'll see there'll be some sort of a case next to one of the earbuds, a square block. If they're Bluetooth, that's how you get them to connect. And but some with a microphone, it sometimes it ends up being a very small little box. But in any case, that's where your microphone is. As I move over to my last slide, just on some tips and tricks, is a little meme for you. Not that I've never done that, but always start with a muted microphone. This is absolutely huge. I'll show you where that is in Zoom. You should always come into a room, whether you're hosting it or not. You should always come in with a muted microphone. It's the best way to control everything. I know this. You're going to hate. Some of you are going to hate this, but use video as much as you can. People want to see your face. They want to see your reaction, especially in this day and time. No matter how you look, I think most people would rather see the video than just a black screen with your name on it. And you'll see how that shows up in Zoom. I know personally for me, I've been told I have a face made for radio, which I chuckle at. So I'm not a big guy for video, but I think it does relay some sort of communication when your face is there and emotion can be seen. Chat can be a great way. I'll show you how to chat within Zoom. Chat would be a great way to control meetings, to allow people to ask questions but not stop the meeting. We found chat to be extremely powerful on the right side of a Zoom screen. As someone's talking, if you've got a question, could be a great way to run a class where your students are on the right side saying, they identify themselves as I have a question, I have a question, I have a question. Their microphones can be muted, but you can go right down the chat screen and to answer questions that you need to answer, and they can you turn on their audio, they turn on their audio, and they ask the question, and nobody gets missed in the whole process. So chat's a very powerful feature. The Zoom accounts currently used to be your free account only locked you into 40 minutes of a Zoom session. Zoom has waived that 40-minute limit for teachers, for anyone actually, but primarily for teachers. So now your one-to-ones can be unlimited. But if you want to go one-to-many, and you'll see in my next line, 40 minutes for a 1-to-2 or more, that's locked in still. Zoom is still relatively inexpensive. If you find you use it quite a bit, you will probably in the next couple of months there's a $14.95 fee that you can have the full-fledged version of Zoom for a month. So $15 for a month isn't bad at all. So here we are with Zoom. You will actually, once you start the program, this will be your screen. I will also encourage you to go to the website and create, sign up. It's free. Create your own account. There's a lot more power in terms of the program when you've created your own account.